It is good to be back. Hey folks, it's Pravus. It's been a while, hasn't it? I did say that I was going to be taking a 6-month sabbatical after the birth of my second son, and as of today, that 6-month period has come to an end. So I am back, baby. Of course, you could argue I never truly left. It wasn't exactly a good sabbatical. It turns out I'm very, very bad at taking a break, which is no surprise to anyone who knows me. I've released a few videos here and there, mostly some sponsored content or some games that I was really excited about, or at least that was my excuse to continue releasing content. But either way, now I really do get to get back into things, and there's some lessons that I've learned and some decisions that have been made that I want to pass along to you guys because they're going to impact the future of this channel, and I want you to be forewarned so you know exactly what to expect. I'm just hoping a lot of you will be happy with this change. So first and foremost, the big lesson that I have learned about being a dad to 2 small children is that having a second child is significantly harder than having one. You'd think it's a linear difficulty curve because at least now I know what I'm doing. But no, it is exponential. So I've had very little free time in the last 6 months, which I'll admit is a little bit disappointing. I wanted to spend this time intensively focusing on new business strategies for the channel. I got myself a drawing tablet so I could start learning how to do digital art and make better thumbnails. There was a lot of plans. And the reality is for the last 6 months, I've had little free time entirely. My wife and I have been very, very busy. And when I have had some free time, I've kind of wanted to spend it playing more Dune Awakening. I'm kind of really into that game right now. But what does that mean for the channel? Well, it means that I don't have as much time as I kind of expected to. So I have 2 options. I can either never ramp back up to the production level that we had back in February before the birth of my second son, or I need to change up the content style to be a little bit more streamlined and efficient so I'm not spending hours and hours editing. Or I suppose I need to hire an editor. I mean, that's also an option, I suppose, but it's really hard to find a good one that's affordable. And the reality is it's probably going to be a combination of those first 2 things, maybe all 3, it really depends. But as far as what I mean by the content style changing, for those who don't know some of this background, about 3-ish years ago, maybe 4 by now, I went to Paradox Con in Stockholm, and I got to meet a lot of other fellow YouTube content creators, and we had a chance to talk a lot about our content style, what seems to be the meta these days, and the advice I received again and again and again from people that I respect was that I need to change my content and get away from the series-based content I had been doing. Ever since the release of TikTok, people have shorter attention spans, they want shorter videos, they don't want to see long series, they want to see a one-off video with a funny concept, and they want a very compact editing style. And that's kind of something I've been working into the channel for the last couple of years. But if I'm honest, I don't think I've really seen a return on investment to suggest that that is working. Either I have a unique audience and I need to be catering to that, or I'm just very bad at it, or I'm good at it, and it's the only thing that's been keeping my channel alive for the last couple of years, and as soon as I stop, it's gonna die. I don't know which it is, and that terrifies me. But I honestly think it has a lot more to do with my specific audience. I've had a chance to talk with a lot of people on the Discord, look at comments, get some feedback. I especially talk a lot to my patrons, because I do listen to their feedback very, very frequently. And what I've kind of come to the conclusion of is I have a couple of main groups in my audience, and I don't think this will surprise most of you. But a big chunk is going to be the Plague Inc., After Inc., Rebel Inc. fans who love my guides. We already know they're a very big part of the channel, and I want to continue making them happy. And then for the other people who watch everything other than that, they seem to be kind of more of the old school YouTube consumer. They want to have longer series content that they can follow over a period of time, right? It's not as about being just kind of memey, but they want to have a dedicated effort to playing a game and doing it well and making something cool happen. And they want me to be entertaining while also just informative enough that you can follow along with what I'm doing without being an experienced player in that game, right? And that's kind of something I'm very good at doing. It's what I used to do like 3, 4, 5 years ago. And the good news is that kind of content was a lot easier for me to make. I didn't need to spend 4 hours recording and 3 hours editing just to make a 30-minute video. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is just go back toward my old school style of content. If you liked what I did 3, 4, 5 years ago, then this is a change you probably will be happy with. At least I hope you will. And beyond that, I think another major conclusion I've come to is I think I'm giving up on YouTube being my long-term, maybe full-time job. That was always something I kind of wanted to work toward, like maybe it happened, maybe it didn't. but every time I've tried to make more of an effort, it just doesn't quite cross the threshold where I'd feel comfortable with it. So I think I'm just going to give up on that dream entirely. That does not mean that I want to go back to making some low-effort slop content. That's never the goal. I always want to make quality gaming videos for you because that's what I enjoy making, and I like being proud of what I do. No, the lesson to take out of that is that I'm trying to give myself mental and emotional permission to once in a while walk away. Treat it like a hobby, a passion project, not a job. And if I need to take a day off because the kids have been especially bad, or maybe I just like to have an afternoon with my wife, and just keep focusing on my marriage, then that's okay. I'm not letting anyone down because I don't have a real quota. It's just whatever I want to do. And I know over the years, a lot of you guys have told me in the comment section that that is fine, that's exactly what I should be doing, and you respect it. I've just never really given myself permission because I'm a little bit of a workaholic and I'm very performance-based to my own detriment. So this is one very important step just for me internally, emotionally, to be willing to walk away and say there are more important things, and my family is one of them. Hopefully that all makes sense. The other big issue that I'm seeing right now, and I don't really have a good way to overcome this yet, I still feel like we're in a bit of a dry spell when it comes to really good games that could fit this channel. I mean, Frostpunk 2 didn't take off to the degree that I was hoping it would. The series did well, but ever since then, you guys may have noticed the viewership has kind of dropped off a little bit. Hearts of Iron 4 is nowhere near as popular as it used to be on YouTube, especially after the last DLC. EU4 is sunsetting. We're gearing up for things like EU5. I don't know, I just don't feel like there's been very many games that have knocked it out of the park that would fit really well on the channel. There have been good games that I've enjoyed, but that doesn't mean that those are games that you'd want to watch. Hades 2 or Dune Awakening being good examples. I love playing them. I don't think I could record them. I don't think people would watch them. So this is where having some feedback from you guys is especially helpful, because sometimes you guys make me aware of games that either flew under my radar or I underestimated the excitement and the hype around them. And this is where I keep an eye on the Discord suggestions. I do look at that pretty frequently to see what's going on. And of course, getting things in the comment section is nice as well, but Discord is the best way to get my attention. I will say though, I've enjoyed mixing things up a little bit in the last couple of months and doing some live streams. Not only has it been really fun to spend some time with you guys live, but also I can play games that maybe normally I can't afford to spend time recording, something that's a little bit different like RuneScape Dragon Wilds, but I can still enjoy with you guys in that kind of a setting, and I do think I want to continue making that not a regular part of the channel, but something that I will use more frequently. I also think I want to experiment with making shorts. The one I did for Dune Awakening I thought was quite funny, and what I'll be doing is changing a little bit of a suggestion box on the Discord pretty soon so that people can make submissions for short ideas based on some especially funny moments that occurred on the channel, and that's a way to just get some laughs. It's not going to get me traffic, it's not going to get me money. The return on those are abysmal. It's more just about immortalizing a particularly good moment on the channel. So yeah, that's kind of the plan right now. That's kind of where I'm leaning. I think that this is going to ultimately be a healthier position for me on YouTube. I'm not going to depend on YouTube as much. I just want to go back to having fun. Not worrying about the business, just having fun. And if you guys come along for the ride, awesome. I'd love to have you. I'll end things there though before I ramble any further. So thank you all very much for watching. I am glad to be back. I'm going to be looking forward to plugging in with you guys a lot more in the near future. And of course, I've got some content coming out for you very, very soon. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then.